making decisions.
You gotta take care of yourself.
If you're gonna be successful, if you're gonna become a better man,
start small, think big.
There are times when you just think, fuck it, I just want to quit. Got to learn to do the exact opposite.
Starting today.
Thank you and good night. This has been Take Traction. You're welcome.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's fall in love.
Da, 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 da.
Cristiano Brea, my friend, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, good. Your face says it all. You're happy.
That's right. My face does say it all. And if you're not watching our faces right now, you should be. Head over to youtube.com and search for Take Traction. Or if you're listening to this podcast on one of your podcast apps, then tune in using the link in the show notes below. Head over, watch the video now and see our faces and see us recording this. Now, that said, today we've got an interesting topic for you. How to grow your, oh damn it, I forgot the topic. How to get 5,000 Facebook followers for less than $100. And the reason that we're going to be discussing this is because that's something that we've actually done, and we've managed to do it in about 2 or 3 weeks, right? It's
crazy, isn't it?
A very quick process. And to be honest, we've kind of shocked ourselves a little bit with this. So we're here today.
It's important that we mention the fact that we haven't used any tools.
Oh, no, only Facebook. No tools, no nothing, no tricks, no nothing at all. Just, oh my God, I've lost my computer screen.
Hello.
Just a bit of Facebook marketing, and that's it really. So, Christian, you're going to have to ask me lots of questions on this because I'm going to go over some vague stuff and I want you to dissect it and give me all sorts of little questions you can. So, to begin,
let's dive in.
So, really, I think the most we've got 2 things to discuss here, and that is kind of the targeting, the ad set level, and the type of creative that we're going to use in our ad to try and get Facebook likes. First of all, when you set up your campaign on the campaign level, you're obviously going to be setting it up for page likes, right? So that goes without saying. And then we go over to our ad set level, and then we got to be a little bit clever about how we're going to target people with this, right? So it depends on the industry we're in to begin with, and we obviously want to target people with interests related to our industry. You could even go and be a little bit clever and use the audience. I can never remember what it's called. Audience. Damn it! Do you know what the audience builder thing is called in Facebook? Hold on, I've got it open here. I'm just being lazy. Audience insights within Business Manager, and you could go and look at people who are interested in your industry and see what certain demographics they happen to include. It may turn out that people who are interested or included in an interest group that's related to your industry may be men between the age of 40 and 60. Who knows? They may have a household income of over $100,000. I don't know, but you can go and learn those things from Audience Insights. But the basic way,
Audience Insights, is this based on your actual followers on Facebook?
No, Audience Insights is just a cool little tool that basically you can go into Audience Insights and you can start to build an audience based on. You can start to build audiences and then see what other data coincides with that audience. So let's say I go into Audience Insights and I just select USA and I select people who are interested in e-commerce, right?
All right.
Well, now it's going to give me a group of people who are interested in e-commerce, and I could save that audience. It's not like you see the individual people, but it gives you an audience size and all the rest of it. But what it also does, it begins to tell me insights about that audience. So related data. So it might say I can go and look at what are the age groups, which age group has the most people in it for that given interest group. For people who are interested in e-commerce in the United States, what is the majority age group? What is their average household income, or what is their job title, right? So I can get more insights about people who are interested in e-commerce in the USA, right? So then I could say, well, if I know that most, like there's an the most or the highest percentage of people who are interested in e-commerce in the USA are from New York, and the majority of people, or the largest majority, or the largest share, let's say, are between the age of 30 and 40, and they're also men. That's not saying that there aren't people in other age groups and there aren't women, but the largest group of them are those groups that I just defined. Then I could go and create another audience to target people without just targeting people interested in e-commerce. I could go and create an audience of people in the USA aged from 30 to 40 who are men, who live in New York, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not targeting people who are interested in e-commerce. I'm just using those insights that the audience insights thing in Facebook has given me to be able to plan, get some more information about my potential audience.
Uh-huh. I thought it's like AdWords when you build an audience based on your website traffic, and then AdWords comes and or analytics, whichever, but AdWords comes and builds a similar audience.
No, that's called similar audiences in Facebook. You have the exact same thing, but it's just
all right.
It's not the same. Audience insights. And what you can do is, I believe you can even have your similar. Let's say you've got your own personal audience. Let's say you have an email list of 20,000 people and you put that into an audience on Facebook. You can then select that audience within the Audience Insights feature. Audience Insights, you get to it just by going to the burger menu in the top left of Business Manager. So open up your Business Manager account, open up the account within Business Manager, so whatever your brand is, whatever the company is, and then click on that burger menu in the top left, and you'll see Audience Insights right below. And so you could load your custom audience that you've created from your email list, and then you'd get a bunch of insights on those people. So you'd see what's the majority age group, what's the majority gender, what's the majority job title, where do they live, all sorts of information about them.
If they match with a Facebook account.
Yeah, if they don't match with a Facebook account, then they're not in your audience anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's really cool. Really, really cool little tool. But we're going off topic there. Let's go back to what we were saying. So basically, your targeting is going to be kind of important, and we're going to give a little bit of a kind of I'm going to give a bit of a seedy trick here, and I believe this is one that you would give anyway, Christian. It's kind of one we discussed when we were doing this, and that is to make sure that you don't target any specific countries for your first 1,000 to 2,000 subscribers or followers, right? And I should mention, we had, I think, 3 followers when we started this. Okay, so this was from absolute scratch.
Crazy.
We created our audience based on insights and age group, right? Ours in our case, it was for Take Traction, right? So we're trying to get people who are interested in entrepreneurship, solopreneurship, building their own companies, searching for, financial freedom, location independence, whatever it may be, but essentially, doing things for yourself, building your own way of earning a living. And so we targeted various people. We targeted we targeted various interest groups, and an age group as well. I think our age group was from 25 or 30 up to about 45. But then what's really important is that we didn't select any location targeting, or we did, but we selected worldwide, right? Because you have to type in worldwide. If you don't do it, then the option won't come up, and you'll be forced to select a country or a continent. So type in worldwide, and then you can target the entire world. Now, what is going to happen here? You're going to get a bunch of Indian people following your account, a bunch of people from Asia in general, right? Even a bunch of people from Russia, okay? But what that's going to do is you're going to get for the first, and again, you want to make sure that you cut this off. You don't want to do it for more than 1,000 to 2,000 likes, right? Because these are going to be useless people following your account, but it's going to help get your account off the ground. And you should, if you do this correctly, you should be able to get page likes for as little as 1 cent per like. All right, that's what we've been achieving with this. It's as low as you
Just
can
to
go.
mention the fact that, when we say useless people, we say people that are not in our target audience, but, people that might benefit from what we have to offer.
Yeah, I don't mean that they as individuals are useless. I just mean that they're not useful to our brand because they're not going to contribute to anything. They're probably never going to purchase any products from us. They just tend to be people, cheap clicks, cheap likes. It's for a reason. They tend to be kind of cheap people. That sounds harsh, but you know what I mean, right?
Useless traffic, useless likes.
Yeah, there's not much value you can get out of those likes, right? And you certainly couldn't build a business on likes from those kinds of people. So, nonetheless, it's a very good way to quickly get to those first 1,000, 2,000 followers for a very small amount of money, right? We're talking, what, $20. If it's 1 cent per click, would that be $20? Yeah, because you'd be $1 per 100, right? So for $20, you could get 2,000 followers, right? Very, very cheap. I think your lunch today probably cost you $20, and you get 2,000 followers on Facebook if you do this correctly. And the key after that point is, so what we then did from there, I think we actually only took it to about 1,000, 1,500 with this targeting. And we then switched it over to exclude just a couple of countries. So we had include worldwide and then exclude Russia, Asia as an entire continent, Africa, and I'm pretty sure that was it. Right.
I think that was it.
So that was the only thing we excluded, right? And I've got to say, you're still missing out quite a few countries here. So what happened here is we continued to get really cheap likes. Okay, but at least we weren't getting likes from those countries. Nothing against those countries, but again, they're just much less likely, certainly from our experience at least, they're much less likely to be useful followers for any reason for us. So our clicks at that point went to about 2 cents, or our likes went to about 2 cents per page like for the first day.
Which was still really cheap.
Well, this was only for a day or two, and then it dropped back down to 0.01, 1 cent again.
Really?
Per page like. Once
right.
Facebook's algorithms started, optimizing as much as they could. So again, we're now much more targeted. And we're still getting likes for 1 cent, right? Which is still crazy, crazy cheap.
That cheap.
So we ran this until about 2,000 or 3,000. Okay. And then at that point, we then changed our targeting again. And at this point, we really wanted to make it so that we're only getting page likes from people who are genuinely going to be truly valuable to us. And so instead of including worldwide in our targeting and excluding certain countries, we wanted to be more specific than that. So we cleared that all away and just started including the specific locations that we wanted to target. And at this point for us, it was North America, Europe in general, I think, Europe as a whole, South Africa.
Not really. We excluded a lot of countries from Europe. I think we excluded Romania. We excluded.
No.
I think we excluded. No,
this is just Europe. No, but I like where you're going with that anyway. So we've been targeting Europe, United States, New Zealand, Canada, South Africa, and Australia. Okay.
Oh right.
And you could and probably should go much further than that and just include the United Kingdom, maybe Spain, Germany, I don't know, wherever you want to target within Europe.
France, Germany.
But the interesting thing here is that we are also targeting people who only speak English. So even if they're in countries such as Spain, Germany, Romania, where Christian currently is, if they don't have their Facebook configured to be in English, then they're not going to be showing this ad anyway. And if it's configured in English, then they're much more likely to be someone, if they're interested in entrepreneurship or whatever, and they're within our age groups and they're in Europe and they've got their computer set up in English, then they're much more likely to be within our actual target audience. So that was the next change that we made. And granted, at this point, it must be noted that our cost per page like did go up, and it has gone up and remained fairly high since then. And it's at 14 cents per click, per like, right?
Like, which is still fine. I mean,
It's still very, very cheap. Still very, very cheap. And it's, and you've the key to doing this bit by bit, right? And I'm sure there are many people who would advise against doing it like this, but the reason that I think it's a good idea to begin by targeting the entire world and getting these kind of useless page likes is that it begins to get you momentum. Right, it's much easier to get someone to like your page when there are 1,000 people who already like your page than if you've got 0 people following your page.
or 3 when we started.
Which was our case. So the truth is, it's a little bit of a shady name to this podcast, but the truth is, although it may be 5,000 followers, it may only be 3,000 that are of actual use to you. But if it wasn't for those first 2,000 followers, it'd be much more difficult and probably much more expensive to get those following 2,000, 3,000, 10,000, 20,000 followers that you're going to continue getting.
Indeed.
So that's a little targeting trick, and it's not really complicated. There's no brain science going on there, or brain science, no
science
no
behind
brain
it.
surgery. That's the one I was looking for. There's no brain surgery being done here. It's all fairly simple, but it does work, and it's definitely worthwhile checking out. Now, your targeting would be nothing if it would be nothing without your ad creative, right? And having really good ad creative for engaging people and getting page likes is very important, right? It's a very different type of creative than if you want to sell a product, right? If your objective is to sell something, then you're going to create a very different type of ad than if you want to get page likes. And so it's very important to test this out at the beginning, as early as possible. From day one, test it out, try different things. But I'm going to give a little recommendation here because it's something that I suspected would work very well, and it did work very well, getting us likes for 1 cent each. And that is using video, right? And it's very, very easy to do this. In our case, it was as simple as me walking down the corridor at my office building and recording a video on my phone. Literally as easy as that. And the way we did that, or the way I did that was... we had a podcast that we recorded months and months ago, probably 6 months ago, all about, what was it, working remotely? No, the entrepreneurial blues, right? I wanted to pick a topic that could really connect with people that would connect with people that we want to target, right? Would connect with the people that I want to connect with. So I selected our podcast episode on how to avoid the entrepreneurial blues. And I went and recorded a video of myself walking down the corridor saying, it can get really tough at times being an entrepreneur, and it's so easy to get bogged down. Everyone's told you that you shouldn't be investing your money into this business, that you're absolutely crazy. You've quit your full-time job, and your parents think you're insane. Your friends think you're insane. Your girlfriend, your boyfriend, everyone thinks you're insane. And then when things start to fall apart, you start to really question yourself and say, am I actually insane? And so it's very easy to get burnt out in entrepreneurship. And if that is the case, if you have any idea what I'm talking about, and I'm sure you do, then you should really listen to this podcast, tune in below, blah, blah, blah. So I did it kind of...
And I personally loved the video. And what it took you just half an hour?
Oh no, it took me 20 minutes. So I had to record it probably 10 times or something, so because that's how simple. Life goes. You never get anything in the first take. But yeah, really simple. And then I uploaded it from my phone, right? Really, really simple.
It's faster than building an actual image, right?
Right. It took me about the same time to record the video. It took me about the same time as it would have taken me to create an ad in Photoshop or Illustrator. Yeah.
But the impact is way higher with video.
Right.
That's
exactly. Exactly. So that was making the video. Very quick, very easy, an engaging topic. And what I wanted people to have at this point was if I had some cold image that just had some graphics on it saying, Take Traction, it's really cool, come and like our page or something like that, or Take Traction, the e-commerce and digital marketing platform for you, or whatever, then people wouldn't feel like they knew anything about us. They'd just be comparing us to all the other ads that they've seen with a similar topic, right? With a similar request. Whereas in a video, people are seeing you and people are hearing you. So instantly, you've generated rapport with the person watching the video. They know you, right? They feel as though they know you a little bit better than they do those other people who are just doing graphic images, right? So very quickly, I personally believe, and this is something that you have to test out, and you can test it out. If you want to learn how to test it out, go to podcast episode 32. I'll leave a link in the show notes. And listen to that podcast. We go through A/B testing and dynamic ads, ways that you can test different ad creative within Facebook and do it fairly easily. Really, really quick to get set up. So I'd highly recommend you go and listen to that if you don't know how to do that yet. But yes, test out very, very early on. Test out with video. I would recommend you try a couple of videos. These are videos that you can publish on your feed to begin with, and then you can use that page post as the ad creative for your campaign, and test out some other things as well. Test out doing just an image-based ad and see what the data tells you at the end of the day. That's the important thing. But I would really highly recommend testing out video. I think it's a really, really powerful. Video is such a powerful medium because most people can't be fucked to do it, right? Excuse my language, but most people can't be asked to go and record a video. So when you do it, you're instantly separating yourself from the rest. You have much less competition when you create video ads or video content than when you create other types of kind of static content.
Well, if you take, any industry for that matter, and see how they promote themselves, I don't think more than 5% actually use video to promote themselves.
Very, very few people
or their
do.
services. So
Very
what
few
you
people.
say actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it honestly does. It's about doing the things that most people were too lazy to do. That's why YouTube ads are such a powerful advertising platform, because so few people can actually be asked to go and create video ads. So give it a try. Let us know how you get on. And yeah, hopefully you'll be getting those 1 cent clicks in no time. We are now doing highly targeted. We're running a highly targeted campaign now with literally people that we want to be following us on our Facebook page. And we're continuing to grow our audience at a fairly cheap price. We're at 14 cents per like at the moment. But that is, as I say, that is our optimized targeting. So it's about as expensive as it can get. And like I say, we've been getting them for 1 cent up until now. 1 cent up until now.
And when we reached the 20,000 number, that 1,000 users that you don't really need or necessarily like won't even matter anymore.
It won't even matter. Yeah, it's true.
It would be.
I feel kind of dirty recommending this because we're moving towards every day, every year, we move more and more towards a kind of white hat world and a clean world and doing things properly and getting true fans. And the Kevin Kelly 1,000 true fans model and all that kind of stuff. And that is completely true. But you also have to find ways to get the most for your money. And I truly believe this is the best way.
What can you afford? It all comes to what can you afford?
Exactly. And if you instantly start targeting people that are going to cost you 15, more because you haven't got any page likes yet, it's probably going to cost you 20, 30 cents per page like, then it's not going to get you very far. And so you can instantly get some momentum, some traction by using this type of targeting and running this type of campaign with this structure. and I think you'll be surprised with the results. I think you'll get some really good results from it. So give it a try and let us know how you get on.
Indeed.
Christian, you got any questions? Anything that you think I missed or skipped over there?
No, I think people should try it. I've actually heard this technique like 3 or 4 years ago. With when I was working with a guy from England.
Yeah.
He mentioned some of the things we tried. So it's not new, but it works. I've seen it working. I've seen it working at least 3 or 4 times. So it does work. You go ahead and try it.
There you go. Give it a go, guys. Let us know how you get on. Head over to facebook.com/take traction. The link is in the show notes. And let us know how you get on doing this. And if you've got any questions that you want any help with, if you want any advice on how to set up your own campaign with this, reach out to us. Let us know. Head over to Facebook and leave us a little comment. Or you can even use the contact form on our website, taketraction.com. Let us know any questions you got. Let us know how you get on. Let us know if you've got any other techniques or tactics for doing this that you think would work better. This is not a closed forum. This is an open forum for anyone to chip in. So please let us know what ideas, tips, tricks and tactics you've got. And you can do that over at facebook.com/take traction. Don't forget to subscribe. Head over to youtube.com. You'll find the link to our actual channel in the show notes where you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate that. And if you're just one of those people who prefers audio and you haven't got time to sit down and watch a video in the middle of the day, but perhaps you're on your way to work and you're listening to this in your car, then before you enter the office, please make sure you leave a review on iTunes or wherever it is that you're listening to this podcast, and just give us some honest feedback. We'd love to hear what you think of the show. We'd love to get some feedback from you. It's very difficult to get feedback from people on podcasts, so reviews is really the way to do it. So please let us know what you think. We'd love to hear from you. As always, I've been Charlie Center.